special good afternoon to everybody. You know, me have a saying when me say, sanguination tell no lies. I mean, some people might look at it as it's probably a slang, yeah? But it's more than just a slang. There's a lot of meaning when I say sanguination tells no lie. See, being a victim for years, leaving your house, walking the streets, people classing you because of whatever propaganda or rumor has labeled me as, them just hold on to it, you know, without question in the situation, or even asking Magnum his side of the story, you understand? So it's something where instead of like breaking me, it gave me a whole heap of strength, and it taught me to control my emotions. It taught me to live amongst criticism. That's why it no matter what people say to Magnum, nothing can hurt me. See? And there's another thing when I tell people. I always say I'm a mastermind. And you're going up against Magnum, you're going up against a dangerous man. A lot of people might feel as if I say these things because I'm conceited or, you know, self-praise. But really and truly, who knows? Dangerous boy. Dangerous in terms of intelligence. Dangerous in terms of, you see, war for me is not just today or moving at the enemy's time. Because Magnum don't. You can't control Magnum. Generally. So if me and you for war, how am I gonna make you lead? I always say, most time they're playing checkers with a chess player. And anybody who's been paying attention would see clearly it is Magnum and Magnum alone physically. But in the spiritual realms, who have eyes to seek shall seek. I don't want to describe or explain who walks with me in the spiritual realms. My action would prove. Yeah? Now, I was being blessed with the spiritual authority not to boast. This is something that the heavens trust with me for place in my hands. Yeah? Why I say trust? Because when the heavens give you the spiritual rank, it's not like a phone where you can give somebody and take it back. No. So every move and every word has to be pronounced with a thought that heaven is looking. Many times I get upset, and you know, a human being, you want to get upset because people dry out. But then he who controls his emotion controls his life. And that's the reason why nothing never breaks me. Because I learned to control my emotions, yeah? When people hear spiritual warfare, sometimes people feel as if Magnum have a warrior man, and the man there over there have a warrior man, and take advice. No. Spiritual warfare is recognizing the pattern. I'm going to give an example. Let's say every time Magnum is about to do something progressive, my phone rings for some sort of distractions. After a while, me I gonna start notice it. So what you call that? Spiritual warfare. Yeah? Because we need to understand that demons roam the earth, the universe. So sometimes you and a friend conversating and you and them there alone. But if you can only see in the spiritual realms, there's a demon listening, waiting to go back and tell the devil your plans. That's why them say still tongue, keep a wise head. He who keepeth his tongue keepeth his life. Not everything good for talk. Puss and dog have the same luck. And that's one of the reasons why I'm not influenced by people's gain. I'm not going to see my neighbor getting something and tell myself, me I got to be like him. Because puss and dog don't have the same luck. Me see DJ wear purse, I wanna never burn them. Me see man take out gun and assault a female publicly. Him never spend remand. He came out 200 and something thousand bail, whatever. Now I could tell myself, what? Anytime there was Magnum, no, shut up, bro. I understand who I am. Magnum is not Doggy or the man over there. I'm the one with the light. I am the threat. I am the one who walks into the room and without saying a word, everybody starts shake. Because oil and water don't mix. Now, misunderstanding can cause many problems. So I have to take my time and explain myself, because as you guys can see, the secret society, they're waiting on anything to just grab and twist. Because I see them going to tight pants now. And if you're following the spiritual warfare, it went from who will be a snake in belly, sell soul. Now it reached tight pants. That clearly shows they're running out of substance. Them now have not more to tell me. My time for talk. I'm going to take you guys to 2018. Excuse me if I get mixed up with the dates. Like sometime I might say something and then go back and then, you know, forgive me, because this is not written. This is all memories. Now, as a child, I grew up idolizing Bounty Killer. When I say idolize Bounty Killer, I remember living in East New York, cold winter time. There was bootleg CDs, Bounty Killer album, Elephant Man. I could have buy it and go on my yard. You know what I did? Use the train and the bus and go way up at Queens, VP Records, just to support my artists. So I understand the kind of person that I am. Yeah? And anybody knows, if you're gonna idolize Bounty Killer, you would burn politics. Nothing with politics. So Magnum was never a politician. Me never care about politician. I don't business about politician, because never yet one day in my life I was home and heard my grandfather said, oh, the politician them never drop the envelope here for hungry. The only thing my grandfather complained about was that he was manager of Gaisuku, and they promoted Indian person with less qualification over him. And that was the day my grandfather decided to resign. And they gave him the same pension that he was going to get at the right time, just because them did want him off. So that's the only thing I can remember about politics. Yeah? Now, even though my grandfather told me that at that time, he made it seem as if it was racism. You know? But I listen, and I listen. Now, when APNU was in power, I don't know if you guys could remember, but let me remind you. When APNU was in power, police could not take bribe. The country was very clean. Everybody was on the P's and Q's. There was quarantine, COVID. Everybody was dead. Gotta go come film world. All of that. I don't know if you guys could remember. Granger was Granger. Yeah? At that time, PPP was never going to go back into power. Everybody see Mr. Barra Jack there and feel him could have cussed him because he was out of power and you never see him a drive around with no Benz or nothing. Barra Jack there used to go church, that was Church Street, at the opposition office and sit there as the opposition leader. Him never use him pride and boast up himself. That's why when he went to Stabroek Market, them cuss him. And then he went back and they asked him for a picture. You see, I'm a man who pays keen attention. God gave me brains, Him give me a heart and two eyes. I make decision for myself. You cannot pull up by Magnum and say, hey, well, Maggie, let me go along and take a drive. Where you going? Let me go along now? Nah, brother, go along. I's not a journey jackass. I'm not a yes man. I'm not a tag along. I'm not that type of person. My heart for impress. Very hard. So, at that time I used to play anything APNU I used to play at coffee. But you know in Guyana when the DJ must be playing at Congress Place, I guess he was an APNU DJ. Now I used to just play and leave. Never get an extra dollar. To be honest, was bare problem for get paid with the set at that time. So I got up one day and I post the return of one Dan. Because you see, a leader to Magnum is not somebody with fame, is not somebody with big jewelry or material things. If you want Magnum to walk behind you, as in place my trust in your hands, first rules, no fear. I refuse to walk behind a coward. I hate coward. I hate seeing people acting like they're leaders, and when it's time to lead, them, and then they're gonna lock up and listen to. No. So, Mr. Barra Jack Dio is somebody I see as a true leader, because despite of everything that people say about him, he wake up like Magnum and Simona Brooms, ready for take on the world and whatever it brings, because at the end of the night you're gonna sleep comfortable, because it can't break me. Yeah? My phone rang like right away. James Bond called me I wasn't surprised, but I was a bit surprised because that time, me didn't know James Bond, but remember APNU was in power, so Bond was Bond. And now everybody is remain the same when they get a little bit of success. So Bond had this kind of big boy attitude, you know, but I never hold it against him because remember now, it's a different level. You gotta respect the game. But he called me and he said, Magnum, I in this game and I would glad for come out. It's not a nice game. Politics is a very dirty game. I don't want you inside it. Stay out. Delete the post where you put up. Now, in life, it's not what you do, it's how you do it. And when you're dealing with a man like Magnum, you got to be careful how you approach. Because your approach could turn into your consequence. Yeah? Because you can't call me and tell me take down the post. I said, why? He said, you don't know you're my boy and you don't know them people don't see it. And I said, Ban, if I the post Granger, you wanna tell me take it down. Ban said, Magnum, who you think you are? To be honest, at that time, I am not this type of person who try to put myself on a pedestal. So I always see myself as the average man there, yeah? He said, the DJ, what all of them youths listening to and following, post Parajagdio, the opposition leader. Do you understand your influence? To be honest, like, me never did that thing so deep. I was like, no, because I was just thinking that if I post Granger, he would not tell me, take it down. Then he said to me, he said, you would post it today and then tomorrow, our next DJ gonna feel he could follow you. Then 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 people gonna post Barrett. What do you think they're gonna do for we as a government? I said, I understand your point, but what is it that I said that offended the government? I said, watch out for the return of one Dan. There's 2 persons in the pictures, me and Barrett. I could be talking to my I could be speaking about myself. He was like, yo, don't try to be slick, buddy. Anyway, to be honest, I was going to take it down, yeah? Because, but not at that time. I was going to take it down like during the night and I just wake up and see it disappear. But when I hang up my phone, the amount of message me see, how you could do something like that. You know the government got you. Are you going to... I'm like, what is these people talking about, bro? Somebody just get mad and the Magnum kick in. I'm say me not take down nothing. Because since you know want to tell me what to do, then me not gonna take down nothing. Because, to my understanding, I didn't offend the APNU government. Now, I go about my business, I left that alone. I started facing a lot of problems at City Vibes. Whole heap of problems. Then, one day, Clive called me, that City Vibe boss, and he said that I need to fix my police problems because it's going to affect the club. See? Because promoter keep telling me, oh boy, yo, I went for the permit and like the man give me a hard time for signing it because you playing on the dance. And I'm like, what kind of stubbornness is the brethren saying? But me never follow it up. But then the situation started get from bad to worse until Magnum was banned. Banned like how Burnham banned flour. Picture Magnum being banned in his own country. It started from Georgetown. Then it gone so. It was so deep that the promoter, that the commander said that, no, the commander used to ask for flyers. And if you got notorious, man never used to sign your permit. So promoter didn't take in chance. No Magnum, no notorious, cause dance gotta go on. Right? And I didn't know for Toronto, cause I didn't really know no politician. The only person I had linked with was BJ. And I remember messaging him and tell him I want to see him. Like for explain to him about the whole banning thing, yeah. And he replied to me and said he was going to a secret about the weekend, and when he returned, check him. But that same weekend, fireside, big up Simeon. Simeon had governor. Simeon called me. He said, Magnum, you know, bringing governor. I don't get my permit and thing. I see the commander, he had a talk. He explained to me, you can't play, listening and thing. But we got a problem. I said, where is it? He said the commander himself got at me show and take you off of the stage. It's my DJ. And you was one of the first man who went on radio and said fireside. And if I got an event, you got to play. Just keep it on a level. Them time there, me salt like banana chips. I glad now for play because I remember me playing over. Beer talk I make. Them time the Magnum hot and dark and a man. Aye. Anything move with a client. So when them boil down my flame, yeah, I left city vibes. Well, beer problems. Now at that time, it was the wrong table. Orchestrating everything in the shadows to silence me. This was what happened the night. I'm the 2-1 jump around again. I went on stage and you know Magnum already. People, you know, say, I'm in a pull bus door, I'm in a ton speed. Seeing, a music we know. And if I'm a music, we can't do nothing else because we're born for this. And Guyana me live and I can't have freedom in my country and rate it. Now in my mind, I'm going with the propaganda and the rumors that because I is Guyana Batman DJ. When I came off the night off a stage, well, Simeon they give me a bottle of NSC, because I know NSC a Magnum thing. A man walked up to me. That man was Boogie Dex. There was Simona Brooms, Minister Simona Brooms at that time. Our bodyguard or security. Now I don't know he. Man, father say, yo, youth man, Minister calling you. I said, Minister calling me? That time me never shine about Minister, cause I used to live in South Bay. That woman. I mean at TV, that time with TV and them thing and you know what I mean? Like, so when I went up to Simona, she said, come son, give me a hug. And I gave her a hug. She said, what's bothering you? And like something inside of me tell me, just tell she, I said I ain't getting money. I used to that a club, and you know, they take me off of radio, they take me off of everything, and it's like you don't got nobody for talk to because everybody switch up on you. And she said, don't worry, son, I'm here for you. And she was with like some people, and she told one of the girls, she said, take this boy number for me. And she said, there's anything you want that I could get you? I said, no. She said, you sure? I said, yes, moms. She said, okay, expect a call from me. Now, that was like, probably like a little after midnight, probably we said 1 o'clock, the Sunday morning. So, you know, the show probably had to done must see 2, something like so. Anyway, my phone rang same Sunday morning at 6:57. When my phone rang, brother, remember I got NSC in my head, yeah? I'm gonna split this video in 2 because I don't want to cut it up and look like a splice it. Because Sangani told me, just speak, and when the time cut, do part 2. Don't make them feel it's a act. Yeah? Yes, people, so my phone ring at 6:57. And when my phone rang, I answer. Remember them time there, bag of stress on your head? 100 things going on with me one time, brother. Who feels it, knows it. I remember calling my mother on video call. And my mother said, don't feel as if I'm disrespecting you, but I cannot look at you. You're not the person that came out of my belly. The person why you watching there, that is not your face. And I used to feel hurt for no such job, bro. Can't even video call my mother because remember now, when you're going through certain things, sometimes a child is want his parents comforting, you know. And at that time, I was lonely, confused, everything. So when my mother tell me that, I was like, wow. I used to plait my hair in 2 because I didn't like how my face used to look. I used to look like something like me no saying and me that. See? At that time, a spiritual battle, Baku and all these things. And mom said, wow, you're a serious man, boy. You don't answer black call. I said, who is this? Can't remember anything I may had some of that. She said it is minister. That Sunday morning when she said minister, the NSC put on a jogging suit and jog out of me body. Right away I get sober. I got sober because I know she said she was gonna call, but I didn't expect her to call so fast. She said, yeah, son. I said, not really, man. I mean, I don't really be in the black call. She said, I understand. She said, but you know, I's a woman of God, so I get up early, you know. I wake up every morning, I do my devotion, my prayers, my little exercise and thing. So I's a early person. But I didn't really call to tell you about that. I call you to let you know that me and the commissioner had a conversation, and I explained to him what you said to me, and I set up a meeting tomorrow at 9 to 10, something like that. She said, because you're a citizen of this country, and despite what, it's not right that you shouldn't have freedom to go out there, and you understand? And then she asked me if I have children and stuff, and she said, you see? Anyway, she said, but I need you to do something for me. Call all your DJ friends and get all of them to come. We can deal with everybody problem one time and done. Now, in me world, nobody ain't got no problem. Every DJ got Magnum is the man with the problem. Anyway, I start call, yo, Minister Saru. Well, you know the DJs them already. You know the licky excited Gilbert style. Every man get excited. Yeah, because them time the DJs, ain't no minister care about DJs, bro. Ain't no politician ever look at DJs unless if it was It's and Jams them. You know what I mean? The white collar criminal man them we wear tie and suit and act as if they're saints and cannot complete a school. Anyway, so we went to Eve Larry and you know come to the DJs. I went and get chairs and put it. And when I went and sit with the DJs, Minister said, Magnum, no. Bring your chair and sit next to me. You're different. You're my child. You don't belong there. Sit next to me. No, I didn't expect that. But I was like, okay, God don't come. Well, God is sent. Now, I pray now for man in reach now, because I's a man like explain myself. And before I get to the meeting, I'm going to take you back to a situation that the secret society did to get me banned. One night I went to Pleasance for juggle. I reached at this party like 10 o'clock. Because they was very serious about time. Because you know say COVID and beer excitement. Yo, Magnum, remember your time is 10. And we just speeding anyway. When we roll up like the dance was direct 10. So the man said like 10-15 minutes. This dance done ram. The place cock. I went on and played. When we play the skilly bang, people, gun pan tapper, gun pan tapper, gun, beer, shatter, fire, gun, salute, everything. Now, gunshot busting in dance hall, it doesn't mean violence. It means respect. And it is so highly respectable that they got DJs wish if Banner could bust a shot. But them ain't got the influence, them ain't got the knack. So when the Magnum is getting shots, them is bad mind. Because gunshot in dance was never violence. It is an expression, a stupid expression. Let me correct myself. It is very stupid, but a dancehall, say it set. And I didn't take it for nothing. But little that Magnum know that there was his secret society crafting up a video for post as evidence that watch when Magnum playing is a set a gun man in the dance and set a shot boss. After the party, Pleasance called me and tell me I gotta get charged for some stubbornness. I said, who is charging me? For what? I said, I walk into an event at 10 o'clock and I went on and played 10-15, how am I responsible for the gun them in the dance? What happened to the security at the gate? They're supposed to be responsible. But Magnum was the scapegoat. You see, I'm talking thunder roll. It's a spiritual warfare. Look on the sky. Who knows. Anywhere I go, protection is there. Anyway. Now, you understand how the secret society works. They does things, but nobody would know it's them because there's already got a scapegoat. And when the scapegoat get blamed, who is secret society? You don't know them because some of them is the same people them who you give an opportunity. Them is being the society and come and smile with you daytime. And night time, they go into that boardroom or the wrong table and they say, hey, them doing this Friday and they doing that. And then the secret society know all your business, and then you wonder how these people is know. Because some people where you have around you is a part of the society. But it's hard to identify them because they move in shadows and speak in darkness. So when the meeting start, the commissioner said, where's the problem? The commander was there. Forget him name. If I remember me, I got tell him name. Anyway, the commissioner started with the commander. He said, where's the problem and why? And this man stand up and said, every dance this boy go and play at, you always telling people about put a gun finger in the air. And I'm listening. And I said, that's it? I said, okay. And I was trying to put up my hands, and the commissioner was like, as he realized that I up for the debate and the argument, right? And he was trying not to let it escalate to that. So I had to wait. But soon as he finished speaking, I said, before we go any further, any DJ that is sitting in this room that never went on a mic and said, put your gun on in the air, leave the meeting. I said, Chief, there's a normal talk. I said, at the end of the day, music is art and craft, nothing else. But the difference between Magnum and these other DJs, I paint a picture with my speech. The way how I intro my songs, you could vision it. And it is so precise and on time. The craft, it is done like no other. So my influence was the problem. Now, the meeting come down to stupidness. Nothing with merit, nothing with sense, waste people time. And the ban was being lifted because of Simona Brooms. At that time, all I wanted was freedom, brethren. This is all I wanted for breed again. And moms was the reason for me breathing again. So at that time, you remember, no friends switched for me, nobody got time with me, everybody left me in the dark, and I mean really got friends. And moms would check on me as a mother. She never treat me as a politician or a DJ or never. Hey son, what going on? Yeah, well, ting, you know, anytime, ting, wherever. And she never explained to me. She just moved and left me for ponder. And one day we were sitting and she said, you know how I end up at that show that night? And I said, no. She said, I wasn't going to that show. They sent tickets and things for me. I didn't go into that show. Ask Boogie Dex. She said, and I walk into my bathroom. And the voice said to me, I need you to go. Put on your clothes and go. There's a child I want you to look out for. If he doesn't get help, he could end up and commit suicide. He needs your help. And she said she didn't tell nobody. She just listened to the voice and was being obedient. She said she was gaffing, but she was paying attention. And she didn't know it was me, but she knew it was me. Because when they introduced me and the MC said hardball, she said the whole crowd said hardball. She said, but other than that, every pore on her skin raised. And the voice said, that's the child. And she said she listened. And she already crying the pain in my voice. And she knew it was me. Now, what if Simona Brooms choose to disobey God at the time and tells herself, man, I got better things to do. You understand sometimes God is put something in place just for you. That was more than a governor show. See, God influenced Simeon to keep that show so that I could get clearance. And how I could show gratitude, brother? This woman gave me freedom. Problems are those with the government. And as a son to a mother, hear that? Thunder roll. Hear that? Heavens. As a son to a mother, look. Drop the window. Let the thunder roll, Sangani. As a son to a mother, I walk behind her. Even though me never like APNU, because I realized they wasn't leading. And I don't like people who was blessed with the authority to lead, moving like a follower. Anybody know Magnum, this get me real dark. I hate it. And I told moms, anyone could ask Miss Simona Brooms. I said, moms, you see what I doing here? You alone could get me for do this. Nobody else. Me and AP and you all, you know. I said, but what you did for me, it's you I walking behind. This why you never see Magnum with a picture with Granger, with no other minister. Because it was never politics. It was gratitude. It was a child who was being targeted by the secret society and was saved by a woman sent by God. So, how else you could say thanks? Walking behind somebody is a problem when they don't do that for you. But you walk and go anyway. You see, Simona Brooms didn't shame for Carly Commissioner. So why I should be shamed for walk with her? She wasn't hesitant. So why I should hesitate? Because of what she did, the secret society targeted her in the party. That's why she never get a gun license. That's why they treated her like an outcast. Because she was supposed to left Magnum in the sauce and she LP. Now after that, they put Ken Yipe. We talk about that next day. But after that situation, she said to me, she said, well, you already see what's going on with this whole election thing, the problem stir up. She said she was thinking about helping DJs by getting our names up the ladder. Even if it's a situation where we got to pay for our land, she still would glad for help us in that way, because you don't know which angle this election could turn, and at least she would glad for know, well, hey, every DJ get a land. And she moved to it, called DJs. She tried. DJs follow the thing and all of that. Now this is where the story gets deep. And I didn't know that because of Magnum, them DJs didn't get a land. Now is when they're gonna know. My phone rang. Well, when Moms asked Magnum if he wanted land, asked Miss Simona Brooms, I said, land? No. I said, Moms, the last person for half a land is Magnum. Who knows Magnum knows Magnum. Ga Fours is my neighbor. Ga Fours and Magnum share one fence. Don't tell me about land. Who know Magnum know Magnum. But you see, I don't care about material things and assets. So some people might see me by my child mother because of schooling with my kids and believe that I live in Grove or Samantha Point. No, I don't. I have my own big mansion. But anyway, now, you know the spiritual warfare up them I got try to confuse me. Yes, people, my phone rang. And it was a primary school friend. I wouldn't give his name. But let me say answer. Romeo? So this. It's me by Win. I saw a scrap. Kitchen cat. What going on, boy? Well, I'm a person who don't forget. Me not forget nothing at all. And I wouldn't decline nobody or play no big boy or play like I can't remember you. What going on, brother? I must remember you. Full kitchen cat. He said, hey, what man, you know, as a school friend, I gotta call you. I said, what going on? He said, you apply for any land? I said, land? Nah, you mad, me no apply for no land. He said, boy, you sure? I said, boy, me no apply for no land, boy. What going on? Man said, boy, I working in the ministry of housing and I overheard the talk from big ones in the government. You'd ever disrespect the government like or Grange at any time? I say I disrespect the government? Never, brother. It's not a man like that. You must say, yeah, sometimes you post something, but parrot, and the people call and tell you take it down, and you tell them you won't take it down, and up to now it's still there up. And that was when I realized I was being victimized for the picture that I've posted and refused to take down with Barra Jack Dio. He said, well, I call you for tell you, take the land out your thoughts. Don't even follow it up. Because the minister says straight, none of them ain't getting no land. Magnum want land, you gotta go to Barra Jack Dio for land. Them ain't getting no land there. And that was when I know victimization, it ain't up on one side. It up on two sides. Now if I had to depend on AP and you for land, I'd have dead in my boots. Because a picture what I post saying return a one done, when I thought today wasn't racial. I didn't know it was such a problem. When I left City Vibes, I was looking for a Sunday to keep Magnum Sundays. James Bond and me agreed to use this venue. I don't forget about when Bond called me and tell me take down the picture with Barrett. Don't forget, guys, when we get time with them stubbornness. You know what Bond did to me? James Bond made me promote Magnum Sundays all week. Get security. And when I walk up to Band venue, Band got his own party. I said, a shame like dog. But I ignored it and I said it was a misunderstanding. Your version sing a song clean, my heart too clean. Well, my heart too clean, way clean. You know, Band do me the same thing and the same thing repeat itself. But when I went, he said, alright man, just let me stick around a little and let me see what go on at the door and see what we could make happen. That time, I believe Band was a part of the wrong table or either taking program or whatever. So when y'all see me attacking Band, it's for a special cause. You put me through because I post Barra Jack Dio. And now today, the same man that I was being victimized for, James Bond there behind. Just one story. As the days goes by, I'm gonna give you guys more. But I want people to know that is just AP and you side of the victimization. We can get to when PPP go in power and what Mr. Charles Ramson put me through as an innocent child of God.